So guys, it's Saturday morning anymore? Yeah, it's still morning. Saturday morning, January 11th, 2014. Ariel Sharon has passed today. Rest in peace and condolences to his family and to the nation of Israel. I know that a lot is his death means a lot, at least for Israel and for the world. For those who don't know, there was the most honorable rabbi in Israel who passed away, Rabbi Yitzhak Kaduri, who prophesied and had a vision of Christ, the Messiah. Now here was a Jew who didn't believe that Jesus raised his whole life not believing that Christ was the Messiah. And on his own deathbed, Christ came to him and told him that he was the Messiah. He wrote that on a note. It was so deep to him, it touched him so deeply, so riveting to him, that he wrote it on a note and told his family not to open it until a year after he was passed. And on that note, not only did he say that Christ was the Messiah, and that Christ himself came to him and revealed this to him, but he also said that when Ariel Sharon passes, that Christ would return soon after. We don't know if that's exactly the return of Christ or the rapture of the bride of Christ. But he said soon after that, Christ would return. The Messiah would come. And there's a few things that I found pretty interesting. One is that Ariel Sharon went into the coma January 4th of 2006 and passed on January 11th of 2014. And if you look at it, that's exactly 8 years and 1 week. 8 years and 7 days, 8 years and 1 week. Earlier, this year, or past year, but in the same celebration we had the Hanukkah Thanksgiving on the same day, starting on the same day, celebration. And I pointed out to you before that the last time this happened was in 1888, and how that 1 in front of the 3/8 was how the Lord shows that He put His infinite on top of the one candle, which Hanukkah stands for, is the lighting of the one candle at God's miracle, how He lit that one candle for 8 nights. And the 888 is His infinite power, His supernatural to our natural. And when you look at Ariel Sharon, it's the 8 years and the 1 week. Again, I see the 1 and the 8. And how God put His supernatural power on the natural of Ariel Sharon. I believe he's a symbol. He's one of the greatest men in the history of Israel. He's almost like a King David. They called him the bulldozer. He masterminded the 1967 Six-Day War, and 1973 the Yom Kippur War, and he basically shaped the landscape of Israel as we know it today. He fought for it, and he bulldozed for it. So I believe he's a shining symbol, a candlelight for Israel and for God. I believe God used him to show something, and I believe that him. To the day, 8 years and 1 week to the day. And that God's showing you something there, especially with Hanukkah. The last time it happened, Hanukkah and Thanksgiving, 1888, the 1 and the 3/8. And then again this year. Or I'm going to call it this year. It's just this past. I know it was in 2013, but, it's still, to me, it's still this celebration, this past Hanukkah. So, I just want to point that out. The 1 and the 888, and again with Ariel Sharon, the 1 week, 8 years. And God's showing us something there, I believe. That's my opinion. So Rabbi Kadori said that Christ would return. The Messiah would return soon after Ariel Sharon passed. Okay, so not only do we have that, guys, we have the 4 blood moon tetrads with the full solar eclipse in the center, starting at April 15th, 2014, this year. We also have, on top of that, the peace agreement. John F. Kerry, the United States, Obama, they're all trying to get this peace agreement with Israel to possibly reshape the borders of Israel again. Now that Ariel Sharon has passed, what a time to, try to reshape Israel again. So with his death and his passing, I believe that Israel is going to be reshaped. And once that happens, like God says in the Bible, like he tells us in Genesis, those who bless you, I will bless. Those who curse you, I will curse. And he says to those, Israel will be a cup of trembling, and those, it'll be a stone, burdensome stone in Zechariah. Chapter 12, he tells us it'll be a burdensome stone, and those who try to burden themselves with it will be cut to pieces. And I see America as the #1 nation trying to burden themselves with Israel, getting their hands in Israel, trying to sign this 7-year peace agreement that the Bible also warns about in the book of Daniel, I believe, and possibly in Zechariah. We also have Psalm 83 of how they want to make Israel not a nation anymore, and they want to destroy Israel. All this going on. We have also, guys, you have to realize that this is going on at the same time as these blood moons, and these blood moons happen on the, I believe, the 6-Day War, and it's 1492, when they were exiled, the Jews were exiled. Every time these blood moons happen, something very amazing would happen to Israel. Something beyond, a miracle. Something crazy, amazing would happen for Israel, one way or another. So, but now you have also that they said that, this would be, it was a 9-month period that they gave this whole peace agreement with Kerry and Israel and Obama. And the Bible talks about, in Matthew, the birth pangs, and how it'll be like a woman in labor, and that's 9 months right there. It's just so many signs pointing to, the return of Christ, tribulation, and end times. So, with that being said, for those who don't know Jesus Christ, I pray that you will come to know the Lord, the God of creation, the one true living God, and get to know Him. I can't force you to do it, but I pray that you will. I believe we're in the end times, and I know every man only has a limit of time. Even in his own self, every man's only given so much time. So turn to Christ, guys. Get to know the one true God who loves you and created you and came down on the cross to die for you. So much is going on. Pray for you guys in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.